Holy, look at that. Look at that. Wow, what a beauty. Nice full tail. Look at that. What an absolute beauty. Big adult female. I caught a big adult male on the last snare there. Where am I at now? That's 4 here on this spot today. Look at that. Nice big coyote. Man, what a way to finish this check. That's super awesome. Like I said there again, just a textbook finish. This coyote wrapped up with that. Just got caught that good. Bang. That's a modern day snare. 2021. 1/16 1x19 cable with a Seneca Stinger kill spring on there. It's a smoker tool. I would recommend that to anybody. It's like, it finishes them off just like nobody's business. And that's what you want to see. No damage. You can't even see this thing wearing a snare. Look at that. Awesome. All right. My fingers have gotten cold 6 times already on this trip. And you can see that absolutely nothing happened. That's where that snare loop is supposed to be, right there. And I caught a big adult coyote. I can see it right there. I'm gonna go and cut him loose. And it worked like an absolute darn, where nothing has gotten disturbed, and he did a Peter Pan over to here, and with very, 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 very little struggle. And he hasn't messed anything up. Just an absolute textbook catch right here. I'll get that ready to go there. We'll see how bad he's tangled here. Hopefully he's not too bad. Oh, he's wrapped right up. Can't do this with the phone in my hand. I don't want to rip him apart, but it looks to be a really nice. Oh yeah, that is a big coyote. That's your big boy. I've been catching a lot of little ones. They had a lot of litters, big litters last year. And man, I wasn't sure what I was going to walk into today, because I've really been producing good here so far this year. And it's, I'm going to say November 18th, 19th, somewhere in there. And when I take and catch them big like that, like look at that. Look at the size of that 9.5, 10 boot right there. I don't know how much weight he has, but that is a big coyote. He's a little bit red in the belly, but the rest of him is just, he's a beauty. He looks a little scraggly right there, but that's just because that's only because he's wrapped up in that snare there. So I'm gonna put this phone down and keep going. You see this little tree line, they like walking in and out of here. She's awesome stuff. Jeepers, I've got a foot caught coyote here. Thought I had a good spot. The set was right there. It was a really nice set. Well, I'll take and dispatch him. Jeepers. I hate that when it gets like that. But that is how it goes sometimes. Looks to be a nice coyote. I don't know how big he is, but something up ahead, man. I hope this is good quality. Oh, that's a big coyote. Jeepers, he did kind of wreck this spot up. The grass was so nice and tall there. That was a big coyote. Holy, look at that thing. Oh, what a smoker. What an absolute beast. Look at this guy. And he didn't, jeepers, like he didn't hardly, like look at this, this is all loose here. Like he got choked good. And he hasn't hardly even chewed, like he didn't bust any strands off. But golly, that bugger took and wrecked everything. Too bad he couldn't come over here right away. Oh well, that's a good catch. I like it when I catch those big adults. Let's see, what do we got? I just skinned a couple of massive females. That would be a male. That is a big coyote. Might have to weigh that one. Might be a 40 pluser. Nice looking coyote. Wow, that's beauty. That is a big coyote. That is a nice big adult right there. That's so cool. And look at my chin lift stick. Right there is still set up. Wow, he's a beauty. I'll take and cut him out. We'll have a quick look at him. He's just kind of tangled up here a little bit. Really nice looking coyote. Snare worked really well. These snares that I put on this spot here, they are the, I think Marty calls them his death blows. And yeah, we'll have a quick look at him here. I like the start of this. Where are we at here? Jeepers, and the spring seems to have caught again, but he died real quick. Look at that. Hardly any damage to the snare. And the coyote is just in fantastic shape. He's a big adult, big male. He'll be 35 pounds plus. Really nice start to the check right here. Pumped about that. I can see another snare there and another snare there. Let's go see what we can find. Hey, I was pretty busy here with the coyotes last night, I see. I moved right away for you guys. I picked up 4 coyotes right in there. That is a nice looking coyote right there. Look at that. What a humdinger. Caught him right here at the base of this tree. He didn't make no mess over there. That's perfect. And then here, this is the second one on this snare here. And this one here had a whole bunch of turmoil. So I don't know exactly what that was about, but at any rate, why sometimes when it goes good, it goes really good. 5 coyotes on a single check, and I was here 2 days ago, so that's as long as I can wait because the weather's too nice. I think that was my last snare here. Wow. Holy. There you go. That's earning a living right there. A pow. And this one looks good too. He's not messed up. He did mess up my set though. It was just on the right hand side, that tree that's in line with him. He did mess that up a little bit, but we can salvage that. Perfect. Just walking down here. Didn't walk over to that coyote yet, but I know a big coyote when I see one. Oh, smokes. That is a big coyote. That is your big boy. That is a monster of a coyote. I don't care what anybody says, but that is big, big, big. Big, big, big. Holy. Nice the tail is. His belly is nice. Big, big male. Just an absolute killer. And he has not been here for too long. He's not frozen. He might have got caught last night, but he might have even got caught this morning. All right. Oh, I love that. I love that. Tomorrow I'm heading to Cadam and I'm going to set some wolf snares. going to be exciting. It's a good year trapping so far this year. Well, that's pretty interesting. This coyote managed to take and elude that snare. But then he strolled a little bit further and he got hung up on the next one. Huh. There you go. Well, this is what happens when you catch the right coyote. I picked that one up on a snare in the thick bush over there. And here's another one. That is a healthy looking adult pair. I have to look at and see. Unfortunately, this guy here ended up getting tangled up. But the spring is set. He's still warm. But it does look like he spent a little more time in there than I would have liked, but maybe not. Maybe not. They can do a quick bit of damage. That's a good deal right there. You keep on giving her. It's a good day for coyotes today. And then this is quite literally my last snare. It's a nice looking juvenile coyote. And it looks like it died pretty quick. And yeah, kind of red, but it's kind of interesting. It's amazing the longer you trap, and you know, don't never take and check that last snare, that last trap, because that's what you're leaving behind. Come on in here and have a look, Barrett. Come on in here and have a look, Barrett.
Oh, got ourselves a little fella.
Yeah, look at that, eh? You want to just take your glove off and reach down in there, grab that red plier. And then, let's see. We'll try not to wreck too much of this stuff. Okay, here's the snare right here, Barrel. Just put a cut right there on that snare. And you got to turn it around, turn this around, turn it the other side, turn this around this way, and you gotta release that guy. It's caught in the jaw there. You gotta push it together. Yeah, on the bottom there. It's just jammed up a bit. That's it. And then, yeah, you see where it loops over top there? Mm-hmm. Right at the tip of my thumb, right in there. Perfect. You can latch that back up. And then we want to be real careful, Barrett. Right behind you there, see those little sticks where we walked through? We don't want to wreck those. Let's see if we can pull them out. There he is. You want to pick him up, Barrett? Bring him over to the quad and put him on the front rack. And then just watch your step there behind you. Awesome. Perfect. I like that. Hey Vince, how's coyote trapping in Alberta going so far?
Absolutely wonderful. Put a little repair work over here. So
Look at that.
So these yotes can get in there. And
that's a Class A set right there. Nothing too obtrusive. A little chin lifter Vince put in there. Boom. Right now that snare is about 12 and 12, Vince.
okay.
And the only thing that's going to take and can dissuade that coyote is crazy weather, you know. Bad snowfall,
Well,
but
you have a little bit of that.
that's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, we just picked up another one here. That's a nice looking coyote right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a nice tail. tiny bit pink in here, but that's nothing that's gonna take and get us too concerned. His shoulders look good, nice and thick. Can't hardly bring out the gray there. Awesome. All right, we'll keep rolling. What do you got there, Barrett?
Oh, a pair of foxes.
Oh, nice.
Just picked them up from over there in the willows.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot there. The fox always like to, not the fox, but the fox and the coyotes, they always kind of like walking the backside perimeter.
Yeah.
They look good, eh?
Yeah, pretty decent.
Like as far as red fox around here go, see, the thing is, they look so awesome up at the neck. You got that perfect orange, and then it always kind of turns into that. This one here, yeah, see, this one's the same. They just can't quite be like ranch fox, but we'll skin them. We'll do them justice, and we'll make them look as good as they can look.
Yeah.
I'll grab a snare here. I had to walk this path through the other day. It's getting so hard snaring coyotes when you get the crazy snow and the crazy wind. Yeah, we'll have a look at this little guy here. I'll cut him loose and turn him over, and we'll have a look. He seems nice. He seems real nice. Tail is good. Once I take and flip him over, I'll be able to, here. Thanks, Barrett. And I actually just kind of propped this stick up here, but the snow was so deep, so what ended up happening was oh yeah, he looks very nice. Very nice early February coyote. No rubbing. Looks like a male. Kind of froze up, can't quite tell. This particular farmer right here, I'm gonna put this guy on my channel yet. What he would like to see, and he understands that what I do is I sell these furs, and I'm compensating my way of life here with selling coyote fur, and but he said if he could have his way, and seeing the efficiency with which and the production level that I take and come out with on coyotes on this particular bait, which is kind of essentially in the heart of his cattle operation. He says that he would like to take and see me snare coyotes year round. He said if I could take and have my snares out year round, he would love that. But obviously it doesn't make much sense to me to do that, seeing as how whether coyote prices are not as good as they once were or not is beside the point. I still take and sell my coyotes, and I've found that what ends up happening is if you're too greedy with fencing off a spot for your coyotes, what can happen is you're always sitting up above your snare, even though you have your vision of where you want your path to be. What'll happen is if you're slightly offset or whatnot, what'll happen is that coyote, when he takes and makes his approach, he may just take and shy away because it looks like there's just too much blockage. So you got to be a little bit careful you don't get too greedy in taking away the entire laneway there. yeah, happy enough with that snare. We'll have a quick look at this snare location here. So this coyote here was caught on a high anchored snare up high on this tree. And in this particular case, what happened is there was no difference. He's right up in on the shoulders. If you just pan back a tiny bit, you can see here's the front of his neck. And here's the back right up against the front shoulders. And you can see the snare. It ended up catching him like just right up against the shoulders. And I have found that I still see that they have that picture and they have that suggestion. They have that in the trapping regulations, in the Alberta trapping regulations. And right here is proof. I mean, this is just one coyote, but what I have found is essentially it doesn't make a difference. Like, unless you would take that snare and you would hang it in an exact vertical position, that would be your only chance to be able to take and have that coyote come and walk in and literally have to get caught like this. But still, that coyote will take and will walk right in. And these snares that I've made, they fire lightning fast. Lightning fast. So it is what it is. It's still a good catch. He did not wreck everything. He just knocked down my sticks a little bit. Chin lifter was still good. So I'm pumped. We got 2 fox and a coyote on this bait today, Barrett. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you and Alex, you've done boarding and fleshing.
And skinning. I've skinned for you before.
Okay.
At Garrett's.
All right. Maybe we'll do a complete conversion. I take and hand everything off to you guys.
Oh boy.
All I do is just go in the field and do all the fun stuff. I bring it all home. You guys do the work.
That's my job. I'm your camera guy.
So you're going to be in the field.
Yeah.
Alex can do all the work in the garage.
Yeah.
And in the skinner room.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you have it. Barrett just bossed that job. He took and made an executive decision. Alexander is voted in on the fleshing and skinning. We're doing the field work.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Pretty interesting catch I have right here. You can see the tracks that the coyote made here, which was not a lot. And I'm going to show you a carotid artery catch at the base of the skull. Trying to figure out, I think the coyote came from there, but I can't be sure. I can't quite be sure. I see some old tracks over there, but it almost looks to me like what happened here was this coyote came in and I got to put a chin lifter in there, and the snare is a little bit low, but it's supposed to be super warm today. So I'm going to gain inches here real fast on my snare height. But this coyote, it appears to me that he came, and what happened was that snare dropped so fast, he actually tried to back out. He tried to back out, and you can see the minimal amount of disturbance that he made here. He died super fast. And I haven't looked too much, I haven't moved him yet. But yeah, I can see the snare is literally like right at the base of his head. And in fact, he's actually got one ear. He's got one ear outside the snare is what it looks like to me. But it closed right underneath his jaw. And I've heard different stories of what happens when the coyotes get caught. So often they lurch forward and they will seat that snare a long ways back. That's their impulse. Once they realize that that snare is coming off of that holder, because I actually have it tight on that holder. So when they go through and they feel that it pulls on here, and they'll stretch this wire attached to the tree. They'll stretch it out and they'll lurch forward, and so then that catch comes back, that snare actually seats back right against their shoulders. And very often they pull a lot of fur in, and it's yeah, it can make them last a little longer, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that's an example right there of a coyote that he tried to back out of the snare. Thus, the snare took and seated really snug right behind his jaw, kind of on the skinniest part of his neck, and he expired super fast. So pretty pumped. Awesome catch. 3 coyotes so far today. Got a bunch more snares to check. Got a few more snares right down in here, and then 2 more baits, 3 more baits. Gonna do a quick video of my wrap up here for the season. Here's my anchor cable. The snare was just on the other side here, and you can see, again, it's an example of a really good catch. When you see how loose that snare is hanging there, that's a coyote that got caught just right. And died really quick. Pretty pumped about that. We'll see what else I can find here. I see another snare over there. But yeah, good catch right there. Here's coyote number 2 on this bait. Horrible looking coyote. That's a throwaway. That thing has no commercial value. So I'm going to take and cut him loose. We'll have a quick look and see what size he is. And yeah, unfortunately, she's gone. It would have been a good coyote, but now here's the thing. I take these coyotes, and they're not all of these coyotes are being taken just because of the fur. Some of these farmers have arrangements with me. Yeah, they want me to go ahead, and they'll give me permission to kill coyotes, but they don't want me to take coyotes until this. They want me to take coyotes until the season is done. And so with that, you end up catching real scrubs, and sometimes you get mated, all busted up furred coyotes. So that's the trade-off. This is a tiny little bait right here. I've caught 10 coyotes here this year with 6 snares. And when you take and you look at all of the coyote tracks that are here, some people, they ask questions just based out of innocent ignorance, and other people, they take the opinion of why people are still trapping, and why don't we leave these cute cuddly animals alone. Well, all I'm going to take and say is have no fear, because there's very serious trappers like me that given the situation, we take a lot of fur and a lot of coyotes, and when the season finishes, they seemingly come out of the woodworks in droves. Central Alberta's got a lot of coyotes. We're not trapping nothing to take and make anything extinct. Wow, look at that. And there you go. That's what I like to see. I made an adjustment on this snare here. Right here you can see my guide sticks. Here's the hanger. And that right there, folks, is an absolute smoker of a coyote. That is a stunner of a coyote right there. Look at that. Wow. They probably don't even get any better than that all winter. During the course of a winter, you will not get a better coyote than this. Right here. Look at that. Wow. Boom. That's why you keep your snares out. I can see another coyote piled up over here. That snare ended up being too tall Jeepers, look at that. I totally missed that coyote right there. Pick that snare up. Look at all these tracks here. This one here seems pretty fresh. This might have been an overnight catch right here. Looks good from here. Yeah, this is an overnight catch. Kind of a unique looking coyote. Yeah, he looks good. All right. I like it. Obviously, there's a bunch of other coyotes, and they probably took and damaged them. I can see the fur. It's amazing. They take and they chew each other up when they're caught. Again, another example there. All my guide sticks are perfectly in place. Nice successful catch. Boom. All right. 3 coyotes on the day. So far, this calf puller sure makes things a lot easier. Got my truck parked halfway between the snares, so all one batch over to the truck. Looks like she's gonna be a smoker of a day. Got 4 coyotes so far. Gonna be fun. Man, look at all this coyote activity here. There was a coyote here in serious turmoil, and I'm really surprised that I missed him. But unfortunately, had a snare right here, and that thing got tripped and it was hanging, so they bumped it. But the reason that there was so much coyote activity here is because that is the amount of quills that a coyote can take on trying to kill a porcupine. Oh man. Oh man, he must have been in a serious bit of stress. And same here. This here is a coyote. He went in and he actually managed to avoid that snare. You see, here's all the tracks. He might have spent some time there. He might have been nuzzling it and just knocked it down. That's unfortunate. This spot right here caught me, I want to say 5 coyotes this winter. You can see all these sticks here broken and chewed off over here, all that stuff. And a lot of this stuff is snowed under. But yeah, this poor coyote here. Look at that, and he even peed there a little bit. He was no doubt in a lot of stress. Kind of surprised. He must have been either hungry or just mad to want to take on that porcupine. Crazy. Pulling snares with Alexander today.
Last day of the season.
Last day of the season. Oh, look at that. He's a beauty. Oh, he's a beauty, Alexander. Yeah, actually, you know what? Just cut him right here. Just cut the snare right there. Perfect. Right on. Oh yeah, he's looking good. Nice looking coyote. Yeah, we'll just pull that anchor cable off the tree there. He looks good, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he made a bit of a mess, eh?
A little bit, eh?
I think his snare will be over here, Alexander. Oh. Actually, give me the back foot of that coyote there. Yeah, the snare is right underneath this log here. Oh, here it is, Alex. Right there.
Oh, don't want to fall over.
There you go. You gotta open that jaw all the way on that plier. Yeah, there you go. That's it. All right. Oh, it's nice to have Alexander out with me. Speed things up a little bit. I'm gonna take that plier off your hands there.
Sure thing. Cute.
Nice, look at that. I think it's in okay shape. It's just matted down, eh? Yeah. I'll come the other side there and grab it off you, and then you can pull that anchor. Look at, that's where the coyote was when I was here last time. This spot here, I think this spot, Alex, has probably yielded, I'm going to say at least 5 coyotes this year.
It's a good spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, when you pull that anchor cable, just take that wire that hangs the snare and just push it off to the side so the coyotes can keep walking there. All right. I'm going to go to the next spot, Alex.
Sounds good.
Oh, man, that coyote looks awesome, Alex.
Yeah.
Shin buster. Oh, I probably just have to cut it and then untangle it. It looks good, I think. Yeah, he looks good. Nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice white belly. Right on, Alex. There you go. Some February coyotes, man. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Right on. I caught this red fox side by side with this coyote. It's a big coyote, very big coyote. And but that fox ended up with a perfect neck catch. Haven't got to the snare mark yet. Obviously, it's down here between the front shoulders and the head. But all of these markings on there is the coyote that finished it off. You can see that stuff is pretty real. And coyotes, they do the same to other coyotes when they get caught in the snares. All the way down, right from the hips. Pretty crazy. Pretty wild. It's a bad time for him to get caught in a snare. And whatever it took, would have taken him like a minute or two to expire or go unconscious from that snare, he ended up being in the presence of a big male coyote. Did not work out very good for him. Looking forward to this big wolf coming off the stretcher. Pretty pumped about that. It turns out it's, I don't know what color that is. looks pretty neat. I'm looking forward to seeing him off the board.